wait till you watch it 5, then you know what I mean. Hi everyone, it's Jess and welcome back to my channel. So in this week's video, I want to share my advice for thriving in high school and especially around exam time, because I know that high school can be pretty daunting and overwhelming, especially when you think about the new subjects you're taking, the tests or exams, and the increasing workload, as well as the unfortunate high school drama. So this video is actually in collaboration with Netflix to celebrate the release of their new show, The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina, which, by the way, I have been totally binge watching for the last couple of days because it's genuinely amazing. Just probably don't watch it right before bed because there are some scary scenes and yeah, that's all I'm gonna say. But the reason I'm partnering with them this week is because they've actually released a themed exam study guide, which is a fantastic resource with tips on how to study for your exams, manage the stress around exam time as well, and they've very cleverly integrated this witchcraft language, so if you've watched the series, you'll understand it perfectly. Now, while I was watching the series, quite a few key themes really stood out to me, including freedom, power, teen empowerment, female empowerment, friendship, and just really being true to one's core values. So I want to draw inspiration from these key themes and also Sabrina's character and high school friends and use that essentially as the backbone of this week's video and really link my tips to it because I thought that they did such a beautiful job portraying a lot of really important things that relate to high school life. So when it comes to really thriving in high school and excelling in your exams, my first tip or piece of advice is to establish a tribe and to support one another and study together. And that ties in really beautifully with the first theme that I want to address, which is friendship. And when you watch this series back, you'll realize that Sabrina's character will do anything she possibly can to help and protect her friends no matter what. So what I really want you to take from this is that it's quality over quantity and that it's all about establishing meaningful relationships and connections. It doesn't matter how many friends you have, what matters is that they accept you for who you are, and it works both ways, and that you'll be able to support each other in what can be a really pivotal time in your life, but also very challenging. And if you trust one another, then when it comes time to studying, it's a collaborative effort. You support one another, not just with your studies, but even with stress management, because you have people to confide in and that are going to support you no matter what. Now, the next piece of advice for thriving in high school and during exam time is to remember why you are studying so hard in the first place and to create yourself a long-term goal. And this ties in beautifully with the next theme, which is teen empowerment. So if you watch this series of The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina, you will realize that Sabrina's character essentially has her life planned out for her. But that's not necessarily the path that she's going to take. And I know that when it comes to high school, you can have these pressures magnified by the expectations of your parents or your teachers that might want you to perform a certain way or to pursue a certain career path, but that doesn't mean that you have to do that. So having the ability to carve out your own future, to have a say and stand up for yourself, and to really set yourself these goals, that's going to have a meaningful connection to your personal life, and it's going to take the pressure off of exam time, assessment time, because you've got a bigger picture in mind. So really just take your exams as an opportunity to inch yourself closer to achieving this long-term goal. And I know that that has genuinely worked for me in all areas of life. When I have a bigger picture in mind, I just feel as though my stress levels reduce significantly because if anything, I'm taking on this proactive approach. I feel this sense of autonomy and I'm really looking forward to the future. Another piece of advice I really want you to keep in mind is to back yourself. Believe in your abilities, have confidence to pursue any subjects that you want and know that you can absolutely do it, and it doesn't matter what other people are saying. It doesn't matter what your preconceived notions were about that subject either. You need to believe in yourself. And this ties in really nicely to another theme I want to talk about that came up a lot in the series, which is female empowerment. And I think the reason that the character of Sabrina resonated with me so much is because she goes after what she wants. She's a really strong leading female role, and I think I saw a lot of myself in that character. And I'm telling you, I wish I could play a role like Sabrina's character because I find it to be so empowering and so inspiring. So especially in this day and age, honestly, my hope for young students in high school is that you won't be bound by gender stereotypes, that you'll be able to go after what you want and stand up for what you believe. And if I think about female empowerment, it's really just about being comfortable within yourself to stand up and fight for what you believe is right. And one of my favorite scenes is when Sabrina and her friends actually come together in a secret book club to read books that the school originally banned. So they're standing up for what they believe in and they're supporting one another. And I should actually open this up beyond just female empowerment and say that what I really appreciated was the amount of vulnerability that was shown in all of the characters, and that there were these gender expectations and stereotypes originally placed, but it doesn't mean that they necessarily have to follow through. And that's what I want for all of you to think about, especially when you're choosing your subjects going forward or you're about to sit for your exams. I feel like I had this defeatist kind of mentality around these more masculine subjects like chemistry or math, where essentially I felt like I wasn't that capable or competent compared to a lot of the boys in my year. And I kind of gave up. So when it comes to your exams, just remember to really trust in your abilities and know that your career path, your grades, your overall performance and skills, they're not actually bound by your gender, and they never should be. And I think that it's so important that we remember our mindset can have a huge impact on the overall performance and our grades. And this is something that I've been reading into a lot, and there are studies out there saying that when you genuinely do believe in yourself and you have a greater level of confidence in your skills or abilities walking into an exam, your performance will increase. So your performance is very much tied to your overall perception of your abilities. Alright, this next tip or piece of advice for thriving in high school and during exam time as well is to not take on too much and try and solve problems that really aren't yours. Now, you might think I'm applying that to exam problems and equations, but actually I'm saying it more in regards to your life. So I know that there can be a lot of drama in high school, and it's about really realizing when it has nothing to do with you and when it shouldn't really be your problem. And this ties into one really, really important theme that comes up in the series, which is bullying. And this comes up in every single episode, honestly. And this is another reason why I find a lot of value in the series, because I do receive a lot of emails from a lot of my viewers about bullying and just having a really hard time in school. And it's really unfortunate because in this day and age, I know that it's not just restricted to the school grounds, that it comes in online forms as well. And it's almost like you really can't escape it. But what I want you to get out of this is it's not personal. When someone is bullying you, there is something going on in their own life, and it has nothing to do with you. It is not related to your self-worth. So if you are having a hard time in school and someone is bullying you, I feel like there is so much going on already that is pulling your focus, that you have to focus on your exams and your studies, that it can be very, very overwhelming, and you shouldn't ever have to face this by yourself. That in addition to having a close group of friends, it's so important that you seek support from your teachers, from a parent, from an adult that can actually step in and put a stop to that kind of behavior, because you shouldn't have to put up with it. And essentially high school is about making friends, making lifelong friends, and also pursuing your dreams so that you can get closer to creating the future that you want. So one thing to really take from this is just not to go it alone, because you should never have to. Now, if you are looking for some more tips and tricks on how to survive the exam period, then make sure to check out the Chilling Adventures of Sabrina's themed exam study guide. And just remember, everyone, that high school does not have to be hell. I promise it doesn't. So I hope this video has helped you to thrive and survive your high school exams. Also, click this image over here to watch a video I think you would really like, an image over here to watch one of my favorite playlists, and my face over there to subscribe and support my channel. I hope you'll have a very happy and productive week, and I'll see you next week with another video. Mwah! Bye!